Sleep paralysis. You wake up, sort of, your eyes flick open like a security camera rebooting, and your room looks off. Not wrong, just uncanny, like it was rendered by a new intern at the simulation studio. You try to move your arm, nothing. You try to scream, still nothing. And then, there it is, a shape, a shadow, a figure sitting on your chest like it just clocked in for its night shift as your personal anxiety demon. Your brain is awake, but your body is still stuck in REM sleep, where it's been gently paralyzed so you don't karate kick your dreams. But now the system's bugged, and the two halves of you are no longer in sync. This is sleep paralysis, your mind clocking in while your body is still on break. For thousands of years, people thought it was witches, demons, or ghosts sitting on their chests. Turns out it's just your brain holding the door open between dream world and meet reality and letting all the weirdness slip through. It's the most terrifying lag spike you'll ever experience.
Hypnagogic versus hypnopompic. Sleep paralysis isn't just one experience. It's two distinct moments of brain glitch. Hypnagogic sleep paralysis strikes as you're falling asleep. Your mind starts drifting, but your body enters REM paralysis too early. You're conscious, but you can't move. It's like your system hit the off switch before your brain was ready. Then there's hypnopompic sleep paralysis, which is more common. This happens as you're waking up. Your brain powers back on, but your body's REM paralysis lags behind. You're fully aware of your surroundings. Your mind is racing, but your body is still locked down. It's like your consciousness hit the on button, but your physical avatar is still stuck in loading screen. Both feel terrifying, but the timing is the key difference. One catches you on the way down, the other on the way up, but both are your brain's alarm system misfiring.
The weight on your chest. One of the most classic and terrifying sensations of sleep paralysis is the feeling of immense pressure on your chest. It's like an invisible weight pressing down, making it impossible to breathe, impossible to move, impossible to scream. This isn't a hallucination of touch, but a misinterpretation of your own body. During REM sleep, your breathing becomes shallower and your diaphragm muscles relax. Your brain, which is now awake but can't move, feels this normal physical state and, in its panic, interprets it as something external, something heavy, something suffocating. It's your own body's natural state becoming the source of terror. The harder you try to breathe, the more constricted you feel, creating a feedback loop of fear. It feels like you're being crushed, but it's really just your conscious mind encountering the deep relaxation of your body in its most vulnerable state.
Shadows in the room. The visual horrors of sleep paralysis are what often create the most lasting trauma. You open your eyes and the room looks normal, but then you see it. A shadowy figure standing at the foot of your bed, a dark presence lurking in the corner, an intruder staring down at you. These visual hallucinations are incredibly vivid and often take on menacing forms, demons, ghosts, or masked figures. Your brain, awake but still half dreaming, projects these images onto your actual environment. It's like a projector in your head is overlaying nightmare fuel onto the reality of your bedroom. The fear is amplified by your inability to move or verify what you're seeing. You know it's not real, but your eyes and primitive brain centers are convinced. These figures often appear just at the edge of your vision, forcing you to strain to see them more clearly, which only heightens the terror.
Whispers and roars. The auditory component of sleep paralysis can be just as terrifying as the visual. You might hear loud buzzing, static, or roaring sounds that build an intensity as if a storm is brewing inside your head. Or, more insidiously, you might hear whispers, murmurs, footsteps, or even full voices. These sounds can come from inside your room, from outside your window, or directly inside your head. Your brain generates these noises because your auditory system is active, but there's no actual external input. It's like your internal sound card is playing phantom tracks, often amplifying mundane sounds or creating entirely new ones. These auditory hallucinations often accompany the visual ones, making the experience multisensory and incredibly immersive. The whispers might be unintelligible, adding to the sense of dread, or they might be your own name, a direct threat, or an ominous message. The electric current. Beyond the obvious physical and sensory hallucinations, sleep paralysis can involve a range of bizarre, unsettling bodily sensations. Some people report feeling an electric current running through their limbs, a tingling or vibrating sensation that makes their skin crawl. Others describe feeling like they're floating, spinning, or being dragged out of bed. It's a complete disruption of your proprioception, your body's sense of its position in space. Your brain, unable to get feedback from your muscles, fills in the blanks with these strange, disorienting sensations. It's like your internal GPS has gone haywire, telling you you're moving when you're perfectly still. These feelings can range from mild discomfort to intense disorientation, making it impossible to distinguish between physical reality and brain-generated illusion. The escaping soul. Perhaps the most profound and often spiritual interpretation of sleep paralysis is the experience of an out-of-body sensation. You feel like you're floating above your bed, looking down at your own body, completely detached from your physical form. This isn't a dream. You're often fully aware of your room and surroundings. It feels like your consciousness has temporarily unlinked from its fleshy shell. This phenomenon is often rooted in the brain's attempt to reconcile conflicting signals. Your body is paralyzed, but your brain's internal map of your body is still trying to generate movement. The disconnect can lead to the sensation of separation from your physical self. For many, this is a deeply unsettling experience, a feeling of having their soul ripped from their body. For others, it's a profound spiritual event, an unexpected journey into self-awareness beyond physical limits. Ancient demons, modern brains. Throughout history, cultures worldwide have interpreted sleep paralysis through the lens of local folklore and religious beliefs. In Newfoundland, it's the old hag sitting on your chest. In Japanese folklore, it's kanashibari, an invisible demon. In Brazil, it's the pisadera, an old woman who steps on people's stomachs. In Nigeria, it's Ogun Oru, the night demon. These ancient explanations highlight humanity's innate need to make sense of terrifying, uncontrollable experiences. Before modern neuroscience, the presence of a menacing figure, the inability to move, and the suffocating pressure could only be explained by supernatural intervention. Our modern understanding attributes these to neural glitches, but the primal fear and the narratives of malevolent entities remain deeply embedded in our collective consciousness. The escape button. When you're trapped in sleep paralysis, it feels endless, but it's typically short-lived, lasting from a few seconds to a few minutes. The most common advice for breaking free is counterintuitive. Don't fight it. The more you struggle, the more intense the fear and hallucinations become. Instead, focus on making small, deliberate movements. Wiggle a toe. Try to blink rapidly. Focus on wiggling your fingers. These tiny actions are often enough to send a signal to your brain, reminding it that your body needs to wake up fully. Some people also try to change their breathing pattern, making it deeper and more intentional. The goal is to gently nudge your brain out of its REM state, or to fully pull your body out of it. The key is consistent, small, repeated effort, not panicked flailing. Eventually, the glitch resolves itself and you snap back into full wakefulness, often with a racing heart and a profound sense of relief.
The sleep debt collector. Sleep paralysis isn't random. It often preys on vulnerable sleep cycles. The most common trigger is sleep deprivation and irregular sleep schedules. Pulling an all-nighter, constantly changing your bedtime, or having disrupted sleep patterns increases your risk. It's like your brain's sleep-wake cycle gets thrown off balance, making it more likely for the REM paralysis to spill over into consciousness. Stress and anxiety are also major culprits. When your mind is racing with worries, it impacts your sleep quality, creating a fertile ground for these episodes. Other factors include sleeping on your back, certain medications, and underlying sleep disorders like narcolepsy. Your brain tries to manage complex sleep processes, and when those processes are disrupted, glitches occur. Sleep paralysis is often your body's way of telling you that your sleep hygiene is suffering or that you're under too much mental load. It's a terrifying alarm clock for poor sleep habits.